your favorite wrestling commentators, here commentating on everything that happens in the world of wrestling, except for AEW, because AEW is shit. But I mean, at least WWE is good. Hey, and I don't know if you guys have checked out the new Evolve show, but that Evolve show kicks butt. Hey, so anyway, there's a lot to talk about in the world of wrestling this week. It's the road to WrestleMania, and we are just going to dive in. I'm the squeeze, and he's the cheese. And here we are talking about wrestling. So let's get right into it, cheese. What did you think about Raw this week? I got a few pointers. I got a few things I want to talk to you about. But what did you think about Raw this week? What did you think about the opening segment between Cena and Cody?
I thought it was good. I thought Cena going out there and kind of, doing his, being a bad guy for the first time. I thought it was fun. He picked out the one kid in the audience. I thought that was fun. But yeah, people have been telling him he sucks for years and years and years. So it's good. I think it's kind of, my interest is back in it. Um, you know, uh, I really don't like when WWE brings kind of like the legends back to win the Royal Rumble or have them main event WrestleManias, because I think that should go to kind of, you know, the wrestlers who are doing it every day, every week. Those are the ones that should get those spots. So when he was slated to fight Cody, it's kind of like, when he won the Elimination Chamber. But it has my interest now. I'm into the story.
Yeah, I thought when he won the Elimination Chamber, it was the best move for business. I was not expecting him to turn heel. I thought it was a good thing to do. I think that it's just going to take a slow time to for people to fully embrace him as a heel. I mean, his promo on Raw was kind of lackluster for me because the pointers he made about him becoming heel, they didn't seem to be very good. I didn't think that just because the fans were abusing him and calling him Cena sucks is a good reason to turn heel, but he tried his best. I thought the rest of Raw was pretty good. I really what I really want to talk to you about for this week on my end is Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre, I don't know if you know this, is my favorite wrestler. I know he's
Yeah,
not everybody's favorite wrestler, but the thing is, I think he's been doing a great job this year and last year. I thought he did a great job rehabbing his character after all these years of bad booking. But the thing is, I know that he's kind of been on the back burner as far as main event picture goes. I know Damian Priest was trying to be and pushed as a main eventer, and he did a decent job as world champion for the 2 months he was world champion. And now he's kind of on the back burner. But the way I see it, this feud between them is going to elevate both of them. And so it's going to probably, they can do some of their best work together. And that way they can become top superstars again. I mean, you got the A main eventers like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins in one program. Then you got the
yeah,
A minus main eventers like Drew McIntyre and what's his name, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest in another program. And then you're going to have another program with the B plus superstars, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So I think overall the matches are looking pretty solid. What do you think as far as Mania goes?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to be fun. Like Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I think is going to be good. But how many times is Kevin Owens going to try and kill Sami Zayn? I mean, that's what they always fall back to for like what a decade. It's always Owens beating the hell out of Sami Zayn. Like Sami Zayn never learns. So I think that's going to be fun. Uh, and I just hope that they put Drew over. I hope Drew go over as Damian Priest, because Drew, like he's been doing the jobs he has to do. Like he's been losing. He performs well. He's always in shape. He always puts effort in, but it just seems like they never give him really that like kind of big payoff that he should have. Like Cody got to finish his story, at Mania. Drew, when he won the championship, they had CM Punk, get involved, and they had Priest cash in on him. So he never really got a payoff to that big feud with Seth Rollins. So I just hope that at this Mania that give him like a clean, solid, convincing win over Damian Priest.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best thing to do for Drew. He needs to win like that really badly, and he needs to just wipe the floor with Damian Priest like he did on Raw. Oh man, on Raw he destroyed him, and I hope he does that again in Mania. Also, the way I see Drew, the way I see him these days, and I've seen him this way is when he was first starting out. But the way I see him these days is he's like a silent, more deadly, but less charismatic Bruiser Brody. He looks just like Brody. He kind of has the aura of Brody, but the thing is, he just does not have the charisma, and he doesn't have the killer instinct of Brody. But he's got the look of kind of like a Brody, don't you think?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, that's
I see
funny.
him as Brody. When I see him, I see Brody. I see Brody 2.0. And I've been telling it to people on Instagram when they talk about this, say, I see Brody 2.0. That's what I see when I see him. So, I mean, I dig the guy. I think he's awesome, but I think he should really get some momentum and just try to get back into the main title picture. But we'll see. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, I
What do you
touched
think
traffic.
about
Someone called me young.
what do you think
Hey,
about
but
the decision? What do you think about the decision to take the strap off of Rhea Ripley, give it to Io Sky?
Mhm.
Do you think that's like why do you think that call was made? Do you think it's made so that they can turn the match at WrestleMania from a 3-way to a 4-way? So Becky Lynch comes back and is able to pin Io Sky for the championship to not weaken Rhea Ripley or uh, the EST Bianca Belair. Like what? Or do you think it like? Why do you think that call was made? Because I don't, because I like Io Sky, but I don't know. I don't see why they would take the title off Ripley at this point.
I think they're probably going to do a three-way dance between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley at Mania. I don't know. People say that they get tired of Ripley. They say they took the title for Ripley, and I know you don't know this. They say because she was doing something that Triple H didn't like. Apparently, she angered Triple H in some way, and he had to take the title from her really quickly. He's punishing her basically, but Io Sky's the default champion when they want somebody who's a good worker and who's over with the crowd, and they need somebody to fill in the spot of Bianca Belair or Charlotte Flair or Rhea Ripley. They turn to Io Sky, so they put in Io Sky. She gets enough cheers to be able to hold a match, but I don't think she's good enough to be in the main event at WrestleMania against Bianca Belair. They got to put in Rhea Ripley somehow, and I think that's where they're angling towards soon. And from what I've heard, the Mania card is changing every day. I heard what's her name, Alexa Bliss was pulled off the card for some reason. I don't know why she was pulled, but she was pulled. They say that they want to focus on her and the Wyatt Six more. But the thing is, they pulled her, and they say it's changing all the time. I've heard all kinds of weird things about this Mania card. It really hasn't been finalized yet, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. You there? Hello? Hello? You there? Oh, okay. Hello? Hello? Your phone is frozen, bro. What happened? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to cut this short, people. Anyway, this has been the squeezing the cheese. His phone is frozen, so next week we're gonna try to do something better. We'll probably do a show tomorrow, just in case we can do it tomorrow. Anyway, this has been the squeezing the cheese signing off.